What's going on out there, American truckers? How are y'all doing tonight? Excuse me. Well, I've had an overwhelming amount of emails of people asking about the truck purchase program here at Crete Carriers. I normally don't do videos on things I have not personally done. I have not personally bought a truck from Crete Carriers. I do know a couple people who have. And I spent about the last month gathering information on this program, talking to guys who are buying their trucks, talking to guys who have already paid their trucks off, trying to gather information, looking at their website, getting all the information together to bring it to you guys right here. You know, I got my old man glasses and I got my notepad, so let's get into this. Alright, let's get into this, drivers. Oh man, I need my glasses. Forgot how blind I am. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Anyway, now, their pay program, they got a wide range of pay programs. Depends on how long you want to run. Depends on whether you want mileage rate, flat rate. They got a ton of them. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you the website and the phone number to this truck purchase program. So if you're interested, you can call them, ask them about their different pay structures. Because if I told you, I would be here for an hour just trying to explain the different ways that they pay. They totally give the driver the option to choose how they want to be paid. Excuse me. You know, so if you choose to buy a truck from them, you're going to get to choose how you want to be paid. On the website, they also have a calculator, so you can go in and you can select different ways of being paid, what type of freight you wanted to haul, refrigerated, dry van, or flatbed, and all that, and it would and how many miles you ran, you know, and it simulated up to let you know what you would make that week. So you can get on there and play with the calculator and do all of that. Alright, first thing, they get load select with pre-planning options from the drivers that I've talked to that are owner operators here. They pretty much can pick where they want to go. They have a lot of control over where they go. They're not like company drivers. We're forced dispatch. They are not, for the most part. Their trucks are purchased. It is a purchase, not a lease. Your name goes on the loan. It's your loan. It's your deal. It's through a capital company. They're the ones that do the loans for the trucks. The interest rates on the loans are between 7 and 9%. It was a long time ago when I bought a truck, so I have no idea if 7 to 9% is a good rate. That's up to you, but that is their rates. It's somewhere between 7 and 9%, depending on your credit. You will have to have a down payment. Their lowest down payment is $3,000. All right, so it's not a walk-away lease. It is not one of these lease fleeces like you get at Prime or one of these other companies. This is a truck purchase program. It is based on your credit. Your name goes on the loan. Alright? Just like when you go out, if you were to walk onto a car lot and buy a car, same exact thing. Only you're buying a truck. Totally different animal. So you're actually building equity. That I do like. Your credit's going to go through the roof. That I do like as well. But you have to have some money to put down because you're buying it. You know, most of their drivers are paying less than 70 cents per gallon. 6.8 is what the fuel surcharge is figured at. So drivers that are able to average 6.8 miles per gallon or better are paying 70 cents per gallon or less. Obviously, the worse your fuel mileage is, the more fuel you got to buy. So that can affect your what you're paying. Crete does give 100% of the fuel surcharge and 100% of whatever discount they're getting where you're buying your fuel at. So whatever discount Crete gets, they give it to you. Whatever the fuel surcharge is on that load, they give that to you as well. All right, let me get to page number 2 here. In the last 7 years, they have less than a 23% turnover rate on their owner-operator division. That's pretty good. Let's compare that to something. You take like Stevens Transport. When I was at Stevens Transport, their turnover rate on their lease division, now it's not a truck purchase, it's a lease division, was over 100%. We hired more lease drivers a year than we had trucks. Alright. So to be less than 23%, somebody's got to be making money or that wouldn't be happening. Not only that, but owner operators here are not hard to find. They're everywhere. I'm literally 2 trucks down from one right now. They're literally everywhere. And yeah, I was going to go down there and see if I could get him on video, but he was sleeping, and you know how grouchy drivers are when they wake up, so I decided I'd leave that alone. But I'm going to give you the information so that you can know when you see an owner-operator and you can approach them in a truck stop. I'm going to tell you how to identify them at the end of this video. They have in-house maintenance discounts. So I think they said their hourly rate was $65 an hour for their mechanics to work on your truck, plus whatever discounts they get on the parts and stuff like that. Crete also offers owner operators group rates, the same group rates. I mean, company wide for their health insurance, workman's comp insurance. Their bobtail insurance was really low. I saw it when I was looking. I forgot to write it down. So I thought that was pretty neat. Now I'm going to tell you about the owner operators that I've talked to. All right, I talked to 2 owner operators that have paid their trucks off. I don't know these guys personally. All right, so please don't take this as gospel. I'm passing on what they told me. And as you know, drivers sometimes can embellish. Alright. One thing I know for sure, both of them paid their trucks off. I know that for sure because I can tell by the truck numbers. Any 4-digit number that starts with a 3, that truck is paid for. Alright. They're no longer making payments on that truck. They've paid that truck off. Any 4-digit number that starts with a 4, they're paying on that truck. That's how you identify them in a truck stop. If it's a 5-digit number, had to add up my truck number. If it's a 5-digit number, that is a company driver. All right. 4-digit numbers are owner operators, and our numbers are on our hood on both sides. All right. They're also on the back of the sleeper. 4-digit number that starts with a 3. Write this down, drivers. That is an owner operator who owns his truck. He has paid it off. A 4-digit number that starts with a 4, that's an owner operator that's under casualty loan. He's paying that truck off. So I'd advise you to talk to both. That way you get an idea, as to how happy they are, how much control they have over their freight, how much they're making, how much they're taking home, all that kind of stuff. They're going to be able to tell you that. Should be able to tell you that down to the penny if they got any sense. Now, if you ask me, if I wanted to be an owner operator, yes, I would do that program. If that was my dream to be an owner operator, out of all the programs I've seen out there, out of some of the programs I've done back in the past when that was my dream, it's up there. It's in the top. It's one of the top programs. They're very inexpensive. Your overhead is low. That I really like. I know how well they take care of their trucks. You know, I know how well they take care of this one anyway, because it's the one I drive. And every truck I have driven here. And obviously, these are the trucks they sell. And by the way, I'm in 42888. This is a really good truck, but please do not buy it, because I don't really want to change trucks until new trucks come out. So please don't buy this truck. Hang on a minute. But this truck has been really good. I mean, no problem at all. It's an awesome driving truck. And it's getting up there. It's close to sell time for it, but I'm really hoping new trucks make it in and then I can move into a new truck before this truck gets sold. So please don't buy this truck. Alright, now if you were to ask me, hey old snapper, why ain't you doing it if it's so good? First off, I didn't say it was the end all be all, but it looks like a good program. Now whether it works for you or not, that really depends on you. You know what I'm saying? It's your financial situation. I don't know your financial situation. That's the basic information. Alright, and at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you where you can go and look at the pay and everything yourself. Also, I'm going to give you a number to call, and I'm going to put it in the description for you as well. Alright. I was an owner-operator at one time. And actually, I'm going to get a little personal with y'all out there. But I love all y'all. We're all family, so it's all good. My ex-father-in-law was a truck driver as well. He was an owner-operator. He was a flatbed owner-operator through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But anyway, one day he was sitting on my couch. Now, mind you, he wasn't. When I came around, he wasn't driving trucks anymore. And he was flat broke. He lived in this little bitty broke down RV. He drove a truck that was broke down more than it ran. He lived in Jacksonville, Texas. Poor as poor could be. I paid his bills. Well, me and my ex-wife paid his bills. And most of the time he stayed with us, not in his RV. Or he put his RV up beside our house. He did that for a long time too. He really liked his independence, but he just didn't have the money to be independent. But one day we were sitting on the couch, and I asked him, I said, how come you were never really prepared? Why'd you retire if you weren't financially ready to retire? Because mind you, I wasn't around when he retired. I came in the picture after that. He told me something that changed my whole view on life in general, working, the whole 9 yards. This is what he told me. I thought I always had time. You know, when I asked him, I said, well, why weren't you prepared? Why didn't you do something for retirement? You know, an IRA or a savings account or something. His exact words to me were, I thought I had time. Now, I'm going to get into the story. He was a flatbed owner-operator. He owned several trucks. He ended up, he was delivering somewhere, I think in Nashville. He was parked out front. He went in to check in early in the morning. Place had just opened up. And the guy inside asked him to go out there and wake them other drivers up and let them know, start getting ready. Pull their tarps off and all that. Late 90s. Well, he goes out there to wake the drivers up, and I don't know where at in the process, but somewhere in the process he has a heart attack. Puts him in the hospital. Bunch of blockages. He's not going to be able to drive anymore. He's done. As a matter of fact, when I was with her, he had had several heart attacks while I was with her. But his driving career was done. That was it. Right there on the spot. Now, he had several trucks. But here's the problem when you have a small company like that. You're not going to find drivers that are going to run them trucks like you run them trucks. You're not going to find drivers that take care of them trucks like you take care of them trucks. And he ended up in a predicament that a lot of people end up in. He tried to run his business from the house and had other drivers running the several trucks that he had. They wouldn't take care of him. His maintenance was getting up more than what he was making. Drivers wanting to take off all the time, and he just couldn't afford to hang in there. So he ended up selling everything he had. He took the money, he paid some of his doctor bills, because mind you, he didn't have insurance. He took a little bit of it and he bought that RV that was broke down, that leaked all over the place, and that little pickup truck. The only two things he owned. And I watched that man suffer. He lived a hard life, And I was like, you know what? That's not going to be me. And I had seen pictures of him back in the day. Gold rings on his hands, man. Wearing $500 suits back in the day. $500 suit today wouldn't be much. But back in the day, it was a lot. And he had money. But when he told me, he said, I always thought I had time. My whole perspective on life changed. I no longer wanted to be that owner-operator. I no longer was chasing that. That was not my thing. My goal, I want to be retired by 50 years old, which I'm on path to do. By 50 years old, I'll be done. I talk about autonomous trucks and different things like that on here, but to be honest with you, I don't have to worry about it. Because by the time that comes, I'm out. I'm not that far from 50 now. I'll be retired. I'll be sitting on a beach in Costa Rica, eating grapes from some pretty senorita at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the path I'm on. I invest a certain amount in stocks. I invest a certain amount in CDs. I got a certain amount in bonds. I got a certain amount in savings. I'm completely debt free. I've paid off everything I owe. My credit's up there. That's, I turned my whole life around at that time. Decided I'm going to go in a different direction. I want to make sure I can retire. I also want to make sure I got insurance. Because at any point in time, something like that can happen to us. So, being a company driver, having retirement, have 401k, insurance, all that was more profitable for me in the long run than being an owner-operator. That's why I don't have that dream. If that's your dream, hey, man, go for it. And Old Snapper will support you 100%, man. Go for it. It's just for me, that's not me. That's why I'm not going to go do this program. But I do believe it is one of the better programs out there. I don't know if it's the best because I haven't looked at them all, so I have no idea. But it's one of the better programs out there. I encourage you, if that's your dream, to give it a shot, give it a look. You might like it. As y'all know, in all of my videos I've ever done about Crete carriers, I do not care about recruitment bonuses. You don't have to put my name down. I don't care. If you do, that's great. I appreciate it. If I see you, I'll buy you a steak. But you don't have to. It's not about that. I make plenty of money as it is. My thing is, I know what I went through in the industry, and I got lied to a lot. And I want to be different. I want to help as many people as I can to achieve the things that they want to achieve. My fellow drivers, primarily. That's the purpose of this channel. I got an old school mentality. Believe in sticking together. We're all a family. We all handle that out here. Anyway. Oh, I'm going to need my old man glasses so I can give y'all this 1-800 number. If you want to talk to the team there and the owner-operator team so that they can explain it to you, I know Isaac Phillips is he's got one of the videos out. He works in the office. Hang on. I thought that was my Opti Idol about to kick on. So I turned it off because if it kicked on, y'all wouldn't be able to hear me and that camera would go shaking all over the place. But anyway, Isaac Phillips is one of the guys that does the videos online for him, so he's got a lot of information on it. He's also over our training department, I believe, still. But anyway, let me give you this number. It's 1-800-998-7474. That's 1-800-998-7474. That's to the owner-operator team. The recruiters can also put you in contact with them. Their number is 1-800-998-2221. 1-800-998-2221. If you want to go look at the website, you don't really want to talk to anybody, you just want to kind of peekaboo, see what they got, and play with the calculator. That's going to be at cretecarrier.com/owner-operators. That's cretecarrier.com/owner-operators. The links, this phone number and this website will be down in the description. If you are an owner-operator with Crete and you're watching this video, please put your name and information down in the comments. Answer these guys' questions, man, because it's better for them to get it from someone who's doing it than it is from someone who's not. Also, I'll let y'all know, drivers, if I catch one of these owner-operators in a good mood, you know how drivers are, we're cranky, and they're willing to, I'll sit down with them and do a video with them and let them explain it as well. So I may do another video up and coming. We'll see how that goes. But that's what I found out on the owner-operator team. Remember, if you want to talk to them, 4-digit numbers that start with a 3, they've paid their trucks off. 4-digit numbers that start with a 4, they're still paying on their trucks. Alright, but those are owner-operators. 5-digit numbers, they can't tell you nothing. Those are company drivers like myself. How do I always leave y'all? Take care, stay safe, be kind to one another. At least try to be kind to one another. Try to be kind on the radio. You remember, you don't know what the next guy's going through. Suicide rate in our industry is high. Divorce rate in our industry is high. Be kind. Love one another. And keep trucking.